Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. A massive thank you from me and everyone else that is a part of the channel for your support in 2024. And also a happy new year going into 2025. I thought I'd make this video just to speak briefly about what it's been like following the club over the past year. We've had some ups, we've had some downs, we've had different managers, different players, and at times it has been really fun, and there's been some toxic times as well where it hasn't been quite so enjoyable to follow the team. But overall, I mean, this is my third season doing all this stuff, and I've still enjoyed it. You know, I think 2024 has been a really good year. I mean, especially if you look back at 2023 and you compare, I mean, it's much better in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to see what you guys think. So if you haven't already subscribe down below, put the thumbs up, and let me know what the highlight of the year has been for you. But I want to go through a few of the ups and downs. First of all, I'm going to start with one of the worst moments of 2024, which is Middlesbrough away. That was shocking. That was a horrendous result. We lost that game 1-0. I remember Palmer, he had a bad game. Basically, the whole team was rubbish. And it was one of the only games in 2024 where I thought, I can actually understand why fans are booing the players. Like, I'm not really a fan of booing the players after a game, but I could understand why fans were doing it. And that was probably one of the lowest points of 2024, especially travelling all that way, spending all that money. It just felt like a bit of a smack in the face, really, travelling all that way to then be not even really given 50% by the team, if we're being totally honest. So that wasn't fun. Another low point was Newcastle away in the Carabao Cup, which was more recent. I travelled up, I woke up at sort of 7:30, got to Newcastle around 3-4 o'clock, travelled all day, ended up not having a place to sleep on the way back. We ended up sleeping in the car before I then come back the next day. I was just absolutely knackered. And the performance in that game was just shocking. And to be fair, I don't think that Maresca really took that competition seriously, but still a highlight of the year, isn't it? Still a low point from this season especially. Also, the cup final loss against Liverpool, the semi-final loss against Man City. Those were very difficult because I was the one defending Pochettino in those games, and it was difficult to defend him. But I still believed at that time that, you know, he could make something happen, at least get European football as a minimum. But yeah, those were tough days, and we've had some great times as well. United away, United at home when we won 4-3 is, in my opinion, the best game I've ever been to. Like, hands down, the best game I've ever been to. I was in Baku when we won the Europa League and we beat Arsenal 4-1. I was in Porto when we beat Man City. Those are great results and great occasions, but they weren't better games than the United match. And the fact that we were losing that match and then managed to get an equaliser and then the winner right at the end within like a couple of minutes of each other. Oh, it was amazing. And that was a late kickoff as well. And I remember saying, listen, I know we've got to get home to my girlfriend, but we need to have a drink to celebrate this because this was unbelievable. And I cried. I cried when that goal went in from Cole Palmer. What a great memory that was. And then just regarding the channel as well, I mean, it's been brilliant looking at where we've come and where we are. I don't even know how many subscribers we were on a year ago. Probably around 300,000, something like that. Oh, hang on, is that right? Sorry, not 300, 200,000. So yeah, the support's been really good as well. But it's not something that you do unless you enjoy doing it. And I've thoroughly enjoyed majority of interviews that I've done. I like doing the vlogs as well. I enjoy doing that. We've started doing the studio sessions as well to try and bring something a little bit different and almost professionalize ever so slightly, and get some people on board, get some new names involved. But ultimately, one thing about this channel, guys, is people that want to get involved are the ones that are going to get involved. Nobody's forced to do this. You know, you've got Nina, Charlie, Lewis, Jacob, Kev, you know, all of these guys. Sorry if I've missed anyone out. You know, putting in a real effort and not really any money in it, if we're totally honest. So a massive shout out to them, because without them and everybody else that's been involved with this channel, whether it's someone who's done one interview or whatever it is that you've done to contribute, the channel wouldn't be as good without you. So a massive shout out to everyone for their help and support as well. I really do appreciate it. Put a lot of effort into this, but I like doing it as well. But then we look at 2025 and where we are. We're still in the top 4. Ever since I've said we're in a title race, it seems like that isn't happening, which is a little bit annoying, because if I'd have just waited a week, maybe I wouldn't have said it in the first place, but I went out and said it, didn't I? I said we're in a title race. I didn't think we were going to win the title, but I still think we're in the race. And then we've gone and dropped points against Everton, lost to Fulham, and lost to Ipswich as well. So yeah, that's great, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, still a long way to go, and we've got a lot of transfer business that we need to do as well, guys. I mean, the thing that people said in the summer when we were signing all these players is where are they going to play? I think that it's the opposite. We haven't got enough depth, and we've signed all these guys. Yeah, okay, you can look at the striker position and say that position is overloaded, or maybe the goalkeeper. But if you look in the midfield at the moment, the options we have: wingers, no Mudryk available. You've basically got just standard average depth with what, Madueke, Sancho, Neto. That's it. I mean, unless you're going into the youth department. And then defensively as well, like, we can improve there. So people who said that we signed too many players and this and that couldn't have been further from the truth. We did what we had to do. And there's still plenty of work to be done. I think that a midfielder is absolutely a necessity. Just someone that we can bring on, some fresh legs. I thought with the Ipswich game, Caicedo was poor. And that's a game that we were crying out for Lavia, but he's not been available. So we need to just give Enzo and Caicedo a little bit of help, because you can't be counting on Caicedo in these games. Well, obviously Maresca doesn't, so there's a reason for that. And it's been a real testament as well to the patience of some Chelsea fans as well. How far you've come, whether you've been, supportive of this project or maybe not so supportive. You've stuck by the club in whatever way, and obviously come and watched the matches, whether that's on the TV or actually going out there as well. And hopefully we can have some trophies to show for it as well. I think there is a genuine chance that we could win multiple trophies. Maybe not the Premier League, but FA Cup push. If there's a good draw. I mean, we've got Morecambe to start, so that's not bad. And then we've got, obviously, the Conference League as well, which everyone can agree, if we don't win, is an absolute disaster. So I think we will be winning that. And hopefully I'm looking forward to a nice trip to Poland towards the end of the season. But yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, guys. Just a massive thank you to everyone for the support on the channel. Going to keep pushing and, well, making good content. Well, if you think it's good, we'll try and continue doing it, or make it even better as well. Let me know if there's anything that you would like us to bring into 2025 that maybe we haven't done already. So yeah, all the best, guys. I hope you had a good holiday. We're back. Transfer season is open, and I look forward to speaking with you guys very soon.